Good morning. Today on Spotlight, inside the $1.6 billion redevelopment of Detroit's Renaissance Center downtown. What's the latest plans and how can you, the public, have input on its future? We'll ask Jared Fleisher, CEO of the Bedrock Real Estate Company. It's Sunday, August the 9th. I'm Chuck Stokes, and this is Spotlight. $1.6 billion redevelopment of the Renaissance Center. It's already gotten a ton of publicity over the last couple of years. But people still, every time you pass by there, you're kind of wondering, okay, what's going on and what's the plan and what might this look like 5 years from now?
Yeah.
What kind of update can you give us on where you're at right now?
Here's the update. It's happening, and in terms of what it looks like, your viewers are going to tell us. And here's what I mean. So for the Renaissance Center itself, we have a good idea. It's an existing building. You can only do so much with it. Mm-hmm. But the real opportunity is the 30 acres of empty riverfront next to it. And our goal is to make that the best, family-friendly, broadly accessible riverfront in the country. But what exactly does that look like? We want it to be authored by Detroiters for Detroiters.
You don't want this to be top down. You want it to have
correct.
Input,
what do you want to
grassroots up.
see on the riverfront? And so beginning in the middle of August, in just a couple of weeks now, we're opening up a storefront at Atwater and Beaubien. It's going to be a community engagement hub that's going to be open all summer. And in addition, we're going to go to each council district and have big open forums. And the residents of Detroit are going to tell us, what do they want to see on their riverfront? Do you want a movie theater? Do you want a water park? Do you want sports and recreation facilities? What do you want in the public space? Do you want an ice skating rink in the winter? What do you want in the summer? It's a riverfront for Detroiters, authored by Detroiters, and we could not be more excited to start that process.
Why is that so important?
It's so important for a few reasons. Number one, the riverfront lends itself to being an asset and amenity for everybody. At the same time, it's going to be a massive economic engine. Think about Navy Pier in Chicago or the waterfront they built in Washington, D.C. These are attracting 8, 10, 12 million visitors a year. Think about the economic impact of that. So if we do this right and we create a massive economic engine for our city, but also an amenity for Detroiters that you and your family want to go to on the weekends, heck, go on a weeknight, all the better. If we get that right, I actually think this will be the most impactful development Dan Gilbert has done in the city of Detroit by Detroiters for Detroiters as well.
Mr. Fleisher, what's sort of the timeline on the public engagement? I mean, will they have a year, 6 months, a couple weeks, what?
Yeah, no, this is going to be all summer and fall. It's going to start August 18th. Our goal is to try to get all of this approved by the end of this year so that we can get going next year. But we have a good 5-6 months, and it's not going to be, episodic engagement. This is going to be a hub that's open, 7 days a week at Atwater and Beaubien, where folks can come in, give their feedback. We're going to have curated sessions at that hub. We're going to have youth sessions. What do the youth of the city want to see? We're going to have small business sessions. What do small businesses want to see on the riverfront? We're going to have sessions where focus on the maritime economy. So for fishing, boating, cruise ships. And then we're going to go out into every district of the city and have engagement sessions there. It's going to be 5 months of a lot of engagement so we can shape the riverfront in the best possible way by Detroiters, for Detroiters, while also creating a massive economic engine for our city.
What are things that are going to happen no matter what? I realize you're asking for a lot of input on new things, new use, but I would imagine with a $1.6 billion investment, you're saying, okay, there's some things that we're going to do no matter what the public input.
Absolutely. So the Renaissance Center itself, that big, center tower, it's a 1,300 room hotel today. We know it's going to be a hotel in the future. We know we need those hotel rooms. Probably be a 750 to 850 room hotel. We know we're going to put 200 apartments on top of that. We know we're going to have a really incredible observation deck on top of that. We know that Tower 100 of the Renaissance Center complex is going to be converted from office to apartments, mixed income. We know that that big podium that everybody gets lost in time and again is going.
I can't tell you how many times I got lost.
We know that's going to open up the site. So we really know what's going on with the Renaissance Center proper. We obviously want, any feedback we can get, but the blank slate is right next to it on the riverfront. There's an area where we can't build because MDOT has got some rights to it, our transportation department, so we're going to make that area a public space spine. We know we want some kind of marina or wharf, because what's a waterfront if you can't really engage in the water? We don't want folks just to look at it, we want folks to be on the water's edge.
And we've got a beautiful waterfront.
Beautiful waterfront. So we know we want a marina, we know we want a big public space, civic spine, and then we got a street grid, right, that's already there. And so to me, it's a fill in the box exercise that we can work on with the community. We know we want it to be broadly accessible, family friendly. We know we want waterfront shopping and dining. We know we want entertainment. But the beauty is, we think the community wants that too, and we can have a real convergence where we plan this thing together, because we truly believe what the community wants, which is accessible entertainment and experiences for them and their family, is what we want to deliver as well.
All right, we're going to let you catch your breath for a quick second. Take a quick little break. We'll come right back with some more questions right after this. Tower 300 and 400 will definitely be demolished, right?
Yes, sir.
What's the timeline for that, or do you know yet?
We're hoping to start the deconstruction, actually. It's,
deconstruction, okay.
Take it down piece by piece. Start that in the fall of 27. I'll say this. I live on Brush Street in Brush Park, and I have a dead-on view of the Renaissance Center. So every morning I wake up and I, take my car and walk to work, and I'm reminded of our little homework assignment that we have on the Renaissance Center riverfront.
You can never get away from it.
Never get away. I see 3 towers, the center tower and the 2 towers on the side. So we take down Tower 300 and 400, but we preserve the essence of the skyline, which is very, very important to us and very important to Detroiters, okay? It's still that 3-tower look. We remove that podium, which, by the way, the history of that podium was to create the Renaissance Center as a fortress-like city within a city. Don't forget the history of the Renaissance Center was exclusionary. 1973, after the riots. We get rid of that podium, we open up the site. This entire enterprise we're getting into is about openness, access, connectivity, inclusion, reconnecting the downtown right to the riverfront, being able to walk right to the front door of the towers of the Renaissance Center, having a public observation deck at the top of the Renaissance Center, and having a seamlessly integrated riverfront where you have these entertainment destinations, shopping, dining, waterfront experience, seamlessly connected to the Renaissance Center, seamlessly connected to the rest of downtown.
Blue Cross Blue Shield is leaving, correct? That's one of the latest things.
Blue Cross Blue Shield is leaving a tower that we don't own. I think it's either Tower 500 or 600, forgive me. We don't actually own any of it. General Motors Corporation, our partner in all this, who's also making an incredibly generous $250 million commitment to this. They don't have to do anything. They're committing $250 million to this. They're with us shoulder to shoulder. They own the main complex. Different owners own Tower 500 and 600. But I think, it does show that Blue Cross, the fact that they're leaving shows that we need to reinvent this district. We need to fundamentally change it. This isolated island of office space is not viable. That's why it's empty. It's why everybody has left or is leaving. I think for everything Dan has done, Dan's brought a championship to Cleveland. Dan has been a driving force in turning the city around. Dan has invested $500 million in the neighborhoods. Dan has built one of the great companies in the world. I think this is going to be one of the most impactful things Dan has ever done, to take this empty riverfront and turn it into a massive asset crown jewel for our community.
The Highlands restaurant, what's going to happen to that? I think he announced that he's going to be there until May of 2027 to get through the Final Four. And
here's what's going to happen. The complex will be open through the Final Four and through the Grand Prix, okay? Highlands is going to be there till then. Go to Highlands. It's great
best view in town.
Wonderful people. I've gotten to know them. Fantastic people. We have an understanding with them that there's going to be a restaurant that's coming back to that 71st floor and then an observation deck on the 72nd and 73rd floor. Imagine like the Hancock Tower, Sears Tower, whatever they call that these days, the Willis Tower, Freedom Tower. We're going to have one of those of our own on the riverfront, but there'll be a restaurant right below it on the 71st floor. Highlands is there today. Go see them today. We also have an agreement with them that they're more than welcome to come back. We would love to have them come back in 4 or 5 years when this is all said and done.
Is all of the funding in place to be able to do all that you want to do? You just recently got, I think, approval for like $300 million from the state with DDA. What else do you need in terms of tax credits and other things?
Yes, so just to be clear, the $300 million, the way that works is there's nothing on the riverfront today. When we do all this development, it generates all this new revenue that's not there today. The state rebates part of that back into the project to help pay for the brownfield conditions over 20 years.
The state obviously believing in your vision for the riverfront.
Correct. So the legislation enables that 20-year partnership with the state. Now what we have to do is take our plan that's going to spell out everything that we're doing and all the numbers behind it, take that to the city council, have hopefully the city council approve that pursuant to this legislation the state passed. Then the state also has to sign off on all those details. Our hope is by the end of the year for that process to wrap up. The community engagement process is all part and parcel of that. Before council approves a plan like this, they want to know that the community has had their voice heard and the opportunity to be engaged. Off to the races in 27.
All right, we need to take another quick little pause for a cross. We'll come right back with Chair Fleisher. Stay with us. Mr. Fleisher, if you go to your website for Bedrock, it says building foundations now and for the future. And you have up under that, we turn the what ifs into the what's next. So obviously you have heavy investment into the future of this city as well as the future of Cleveland. Anytime you do a development this big, I've been around Detroit long enough to know that you're going to have some critics. I would imagine the biggest thing that you guys are going to get is, okay, but this is all for downtown. Granted, downtown is a neighborhood, and we should certainly stress that. It's not just storefronts. But does it trickle down to the neighborhoods? Do you envision this is going to trickle down to the neighborhoods, and are we just giving tax breaks to the wealthy?
I'm actually really glad you asked that because I think it is the fundamental dialectic of our time. We think it is a false dichotomy to say it's downtown versus the neighborhoods. And we think if the premise is that a city, 139 square mile city that experienced 70 years of decline, if the premise is we have to snap our fingers and do it all at once or we do nothing, then we're destined for failure. The answer is we need a strong downtown and we need strong neighborhoods, okay? So we're obviously making this massive investment in our riverfront. At the same time, Dan has committed $500 million to the neighborhoods of Detroit, attacking systemic issues in the neighborhoods. And with Mary Sheffield, who is laser focused on how all of Detroit can rise higher, we're in active discussions with her about how we can make a very significant new commitment to the entirety of the city. It's not downtown versus the neighborhoods, it's downtown and the neighborhoods. The other point is what is unique about the riverfront is that nothing is a panacea. I would never say we do the riverfront and boom, 139 square miles.
There'll be bumps along the road.
But it truly will be an asset for everybody in this city. It is their riverfront. The riverfront is a uniquely egalitarian place. I don't believe in simple trickle down, do this, it solves everything. But a massive economic engine on the riverfront should absolutely be a positive for the whole city, while also being an asset for the residents of this city, while also we walk and chew gum at the same time, working directly in our neighborhoods as we work in the downtown.
I'm curious, major investment in the city of Detroit, major investment in the city of Cleveland. Are you all eyeing any other cities to be able to start making that type of investments?
Here's the answer, no. we have our hands more than full. This project that we are embarking on in Detroit and Cleveland is life's work, life's mission. But it's more fundamental than that. Dan truly believes that, you pour Kool-Aid into the ocean and it dissipates with no impact. Dan's fundamental thesis is, I've been very successful in building rocket companies. I'm going to take my success and concentrate my civic commitments and my philanthropy in my hometown communities. Concentrate my hometown communities, and with a strong focus on the built environment, believing that physically rebuilding these cities is key to long-term renewed prosperity. So we're not going to spread the peanut butter to Kansas and dilute our impact, but we hope that Dan is a model. There's a lot of cities that have been left behind, as deindustrialization and globalization and all that. We hope that Dan is a model that, people of means in those communities concentrate their philanthropy and their civic efforts in their hometowns and rebuilding their hometowns. If Dan's an inspiration and a model, we're going to have a better country. You
recently got a Wallpaper Design Awards, the Toby Awards, the Michigan Developer of the Year Award. Obviously, when you're racking up all these different type of awards, it says something. How do you create that delicate balance so that you end up with these type of recognition?
Why does Detroit have such a bright future? Because we've got, the grit and the resilience and the culture of our people. But if you think about trying to bring, visitors and tourists and growth, why come to Detroit? We have character in this city, authenticity in this city, and that's embodied in our architecture. We have gorgeous architecture, from particularly that, 1920s, era. If we don't meticulously preserve that, we are undermining the value of our city. We are committed to meticulous, painstaking preservation of our historic architecture. The Book Building and Tower over there on Washington Boulevard, it's stunning. It's absolutely gorgeous. We painstakingly restored the facade, the plaster, the skylight. We've done it for 45, 50 historic buildings, painstaking historic restoration. At the same time, you want to see a city on the rise. You want to see a city that blends incredible history with progress and modernity. The Hudson's Tower symbolizes that, with 45 stories, beautiful glass, real architectural distinction. And the Hudson Tower isn't just a box and a square tower. It reflects a real commitment to design, because Dan really believes this and taught me this. Think about the Fleisher building or the Guardian building, these great architectural wonders, right? They're more than 100 years old, but even today they make the city what it is. These investments in design and architecture are 100, 200, 300-year investments. Think about buildings in Europe. They're 1,000-year investments. Design, getting it right, is a 100-year, 1,000-year value proposition.
Mr. Fleisher, I'm going to take one more quick break. We'll come right back, and a real quick segment. Just want to ask you a quick observation about what we've been watching this last week. We'll be right back with Mr. Fleisher right after this. Jared Fleisher, we just watched the Michigan primary election. All eyes of the nation were on the Great Lakes state, and it ended up with some surprises, I think we can safely say. You have to deal with the political movers and shakers all the time, whether it's locally, it's in Lansing. When you look at what happens, do you come away with any particular thoughts, observations, anything that pleases you or concerns you?
We had an election?
Yeah.
Is that what happened? Is that what happened? We have democracy is a messy process that is also the best system ever created on the face of the earth, And I'm excited about a gubernatorial race here in Michigan that we think is going to focus on the core issues for our state, growth, education, schools, infrastructure. We're going to see a very interesting Senate race. It's going to be good for ABC, because you're going to see about $4 trillion worth of ads coming on here
I'm sure our sales department
Senate race.
Won't be upset with that. Yeah.
But here, focused on rebuilding Detroit, I will say that we tend to look more towards our city and our state. That's in terms of where government really intersects with what we're doing in building our city, and we really hope that our gubernatorial race focuses on growth, education. If we have a race that's on those issues.
And they talk serious issues and not
Yes.
get bogged down in mud throwing, because when all is said and done, what you're trying to do with the $1.6 billion investment is about rebuilding the city in every way you can, and it has to be a public-private partnership.
An aspiration to greatness for our city and our state. As a state, we're 49th in growth and 44th in education. We want to be a top 10 state. If the election focuses on that, it's going to be a service to the people.
The Wayne County Transit Mill.
Huge supporter of that.
I was going to say, I'm sure that pleased you, because that
Yes.
very much feeds into you trying to keep people in the city and draw people to the city for jobs and everything else.
I give Warren Evans so much credit for championing that. He's a great leader. I don't know that anybody was more supportive of it than we were. Not only is it about growth and keeping people here, but it's about getting folks to a job, okay, which is critical for their own economic opportunity and for the health of our overall economy. It's about getting nurses to hospitals, patients to hospitals. It's about getting seniors and folks with disabilities to have the quality of life and autonomy that they deserve. And by the way, it was also just about common sense. We had Swiss cheese. Imagine driving on 75 and you go off a cliff. I wasn't born here, raised here. I've been here for 15 years. When I got here, and I was told that, yeah, the bus system doesn't go into that community, doesn't go into that community, doesn't go into that community. They're walled off. I'm like, what kind of region we got here?
Yeah.
We
And
fixed it.
someone
Warren
who-
Evans fixed it.
As someone who was born and raised in Los Angeles and spent a great amount of time in the Boston area, you saw a great transit system.
Yes, sir.
All right. Jared Fleisher, thanks so much for coming in, sharing all this information, and would you come back and keep us up to date?
I would love to. Thank you. Great questions.
All right,
Appreciate
thank you so
sir.
much. It's our pleasure. And I'm Chuck Stokes. We'll be back next week with more newsmakers in the spotlight. We hope you have a great week.